Ever pondered how Airbnb and similar platforms have influenced the housing crisis we're currently facing? The relationship between Airbnb and this crisis is a rather intricate web. Yes, Airbnb does provide homeowners and renters with a platform to make some extra bucks by renting out their homes or spare rooms. However, critics have been quick to point out that this very platform may have inadvertently stoked the flames of the housing crisis. It all starts with the reduction of long-term rental availability. Property owners have realized that they can earn more from short-term Airbnb rentals than traditional long-term leases. As a result, they've been listing their properties exclusively for short stays, leaving fewer options for long-term renters. This has led to a surge in competition, and consequently, a spike in rental prices. Then there's the issue of housing costs. Particularly in hot tourist spots or cities where short-term rentals are in high demand, Airbnb listings can push up property prices and rents. This can make it difficult for locals to find affordable housing, especially in areas where the housing supply is already tight. The impact of Airbnb rentals extends to neighborhood dynamics as well. A barrage of short-term rentals can alter the character of residential areas, leading to increased noise, disruptions from temporary guests, and a loss of community cohesion. Regulatory challenges have also come to the fore with the rise of Airbnb. Some cities have had to impose restrictions on short-term rentals to address concerns about housing affordability and the commercialization of residential properties. Landlords haven't been left out of this narrative either. Some, particularly professional landlords or property management companies, have turned to converting properties into short-term rentals instead of offering them for long-term lease. While this can be a profitable move, it can also worsen housing shortages in high-demand areas. And let's not forget about economic inequality. The rewards of Airbnb aren't equally distributed. Property owners in prime locations can make a hefty income, while others struggle to find affordable housing. This imbalance can widen the economic disparity within communities. Yet it's crucial to remember that Airbnb's impact on the housing crisis can vary significantly based on location, local regulations, and other factors. While Airbnb is a boon for some, critics argue it's a bane for many others. This presents a challenge for policymakers, community stakeholders, and the platforms themselves. How can the benefits of short-term rentals be balanced with the need for affordable housing and sustainable communities? When we delve deeper into the pros and cons of platforms like Airbnb, the situation becomes even more intricate. On the positive side, Airbnb can provide homeowners and renters with a way to earn extra income. This can be particularly beneficial for those struggling to meet mortgage payments or for those who have spare rooms that would otherwise be empty. It's a flexible option that allows people to rent out their properties when it suits them, providing a level of control that isn't always possible with long-term rentals. Moreover, Airbnb and similar platforms can stimulate local economies. Guests who stay in Airbnb rentals often spend money in the area, boosting local businesses and contributing to the overall economy. But as everything else in life, Airbnb comes with certain drawbacks. One major concern is that it can lead to reduced long-term rental availability. As homeowners realize they can often make more money from short-term rentals, they might be tempted to switch from long-term tenants to Airbnb guests. This can lead to a decrease in the number of properties available for long-term rent, driving up prices and making it harder for locals to find affordable housing. Another potential downside is the impact on neighborhood dynamics. An influx of short-term renters can disrupt the sense of community in residential areas, leading to increased noise and other changes that may not be welcomed by long-term residents. Finally, the rise of Airbnb and similar platforms can lead to increased housing costs. In areas popular with tourists, demand for short-term rentals can drive up property prices. This can make it more difficult for locals to afford homes in their own neighborhoods. Clearly, Airbnb and similar platforms have both positive and negative impacts on the housing market. As we navigate this new landscape, it's crucial to find a balance that allows for the benefits of short-term rentals while also addressing the potential drawbacks. So, how exactly has Airbnb impacted the housing crisis? Well, it's complicated and varies from place to place. Let's take a bird's-eye view. Airbnb has inadvertently reduced long-term rental availability as property owners have found higher profits in short-term rentals. This has led to a decrease in housing stock for long-term renters, ramping up competition and inflating rental prices in some areas. In tourist hotspots or cities with high short-term rental demand, Airbnb has indirectly driven up property prices and rents, making housing less affordable for locals. Neighborhood dynamics have also been altered due to increased noise and transient guests, which can affect community cohesion. Regulatory challenges have emerged as local governments grapple with balancing the benefits of short-term rentals with housing affordability. Landlord behavior has also shifted towards a more profitable model of converting properties into short-term rentals. Lastly, the benefits of Airbnb are not evenly distributed, potentially contributing to economic inequality. It's evident that Airbnb's impact on the housing crisis is multifaceted and varies greatly depending on location, local regulations, and other factors.